What the fuck was that? Huh? Oh, okay. Yo, what's up, guys? Sorry for the late stream. Tell me if my mic's chopped. Honestly, I was listening to it right now and it sounds fucking rancid. Like it's picking up something, man. How does it sound, Jocko? Like it sounds like absolute dog shit. And I don't know why. Does it? Someone tell me, please, before I get this thing rolling, because I'm not gonna talk like fucking a robot the whole time. I don't know what's going on here, but someone tell me, how do we sound? Good, trash. Hi, how are you? Jocko, come on, come in. Good? You sure? Alright, that's fire. We're running it then. So I was in the club the other day and they played music about trading. Swear, guys, we got fucked last night. I mean, not actually literally. Maybe cartoony might have. I didn't. Figuratively, we got fucked. Sorry to cuss. Dax did exactly what I said it was going to do. Guys, we're going to go over it right now. Once we get about 20 people. Sorry, it's hot as... It's so hot. So hot. Just came from the gym. Pumping iron, you know? Like always, but top songs might have. Dude, he may have. We're going to go over this trade from yesterday. It's going to piss you guys off. It doesn't necessarily piss me off, but it's just knowing that, okay, I knew the bias was correct. I told you we were going to have tighter stop loss due to the fact that we are looking to flip an account, and it was valid. But may make some adjustments, or I did take some data. We're going to go over to that. Let's just go into it. Fuck it. But again, you guys know we took sales last night. The idea behind it was that price was pretty overbought and we just swept highs. Seeing that, I was again expecting price to sweep, right? We came back up, swept these highs again. And then once I got that breakout during the open here, or a little bit after the open, you guys know we shot. But we had way tighter stop loss. We had our stop loss sitting here. And the reason we had it sitting here is because in theory, or at least to me, there's no gaps. So in theory, price has no reason to come up unless it's going to come up to continue higher. In this case, it didn't do that. And again, this is just data going forward because... Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. So like I was saying, we took sells, and again, this is ultimately data going forward that maybe when we do go back to regular trading, no matter what, and again, in most cases, if you guys are here, you guys know that our stops are usually at the high of the move, either way. And that's usually because it has to be. In this case, it didn't have to be, but going forward, this is just data saying maybe we do want to stick to the highs. Unless, again, let's say price, instead of just selling straight off, it made some type of structural high and then sold off, then we could properly most likely move our stops. Again, it wasn't a bad call. We're account flipping, we're looking for high RR. It was a good trade. I mean, you can see it was a good fucking trade, but we got wicked out. And again, look what price ran to. Where did I tell you price was going to run to? The equilibrium of this leg. Why? Because price, if it were to pull back, should at least come into there, but we could actually see price now come further and pull into a deeper discount. But guys, that shit ran for 1 to 6. We would have made close to $500-600. We would 100% our account. Technically, the account flip would have been over, but we would have continued to run it up, by the way. Because again, like, I mean, in my mind, the goal objective for an account flip is to flip the account 100%, and then from there, it just will run it up. But I mean, you can't do anything about that, guys. Honestly, it just goes to show. Last night, we had a runner, we had a beautiful trade or a bias, but we got wicked out. And again, that just tells us a little bit more data going forward when it comes back to our regular trading going into maybe next month. Because again, I don't know how long this account flip is going to last. Again, we could run it up for the rest of the year potentially. So we'll see. Sells, let's check it. DAX, don't have to do everything. DAX, we're sitting in between Asia. So if we look at the higher time frames, the daily could be looking to have a pullback, make that bottom wick, possibly come up, make a top wick. I do think overall higher time frame price is bound to sell off a little bit further into other areas of imbalance, but it doesn't have to happen yet. So coming into the market, if price does end up breaking these highs here, I could expect price to then possibly push up into this area of liquidity before it sells back off. And again, that ultimately would create the top wick on the daily as soon as we did break these highs, or Asia highs. And again, that would be a good point to move to break even. And then once we got to 101, of course, we're out. It just depends on stops at this point. Obviously, stops are actually technically supposed to be here right now. But as price plays out, obviously, we're going to inch closer. But we are going to gap at some point. That's where we're really going to have to adjust our stop loss accordingly. Maybe have a big stop, but we'll see. As far as that, I wish we would have manipulated lows. And again, if we manipulate lows and create some further structure, but again, we don't have much time to do that. Again, same here. We didn't sweep these lows. Daily time frame, super bullish. You guys know that we're also expecting sales yesterday. We didn't take any trade on UK 100. Price just absolutely ran, and that's fine. I mean, we don't always have to have every bias right, but when we do, we have to be able to capitalize. Sadly, we weren't, but that would have been an amazing trade. I cannot lie to you. But I do think price is bound to sell off at some point. We're already starting to see the daily or the 4-hour kind of stutter, right? So we could see price now come down, fill in a lot of these gaps that were created from that previous daily candle. And I do think price could do that. But again, we still technically are within this bearish leg here. I mean, this bullish leg. We did start moving bearish to facilitate this internal structure. So that's why I do think sales could end up taking place to continue to facilitate that all the way down and to fill all this imbalance, take that liquidity, and then possibly continue with this bullish structure. And that's why I would just go for these small moves. And again, I wish one area of liquidity was swept, but in this case it wasn't, except for yesterday's high. So I think sales in this case look the best, even on both. But I'm not saying buys couldn't be a possibility, even if that's just to take Asia highs and to run back down. So that's where this isn't an A+ trade, because really I would have wanted to see one of these sides of liquidity be taken in confluence with my overall bias, but it doesn't always have to be like that. If price comes down, respects this area, and then we start inching up and have that bullish break, guys, I'm shooting for buys. Why? Because we should in theory come to take this liquidity. And again, I know we haven't taken this liquidity yet, but price could do this, and it most likely will due to overall higher time frame structure, right? But we can't say for sure. If price just ends up selling off, then okay, guess what? We're shooting for sales. Where are we shooting into? Honestly, we don't have as good of a target, but we would shoot into here. We'd expect this time frame to possibly facilitate that overall higher time frame pullback. At least we'd hope, but we'd manage it accordingly and most likely move to break even at 101 if we were to hold longer for that 1-3. But I may just take the 101 run and get out of the markets. Again, I have no problem with that. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, with this account flip, the goal is to let our winners run if we can, if possible. And in these cases where we are sitting at all-time highs and we can expect a pullback to happen at some point, we could hold runners here, right? We could. But again, it really just kind of comes down to how price is playing out. Right now, stops are here. So you really would want to, that 101 would be a pretty good distance. I can't lie. It's a pretty big, and it's only 19 pips. It's not bad. But that would be our area for sure. We may just end up ignoring DAX. DAX isn't looking as good as UK 100. Even UK 100 is not looking the best, right? And then the one thing about this sell too that is scary is price just taking this liquidity to run higher. I really think I could sit on my hands here. It's not looking as good as we really could have wanted it, right? Price could still react off this and shoot buys. I'd actually, sells look better overall higher time frame, but I'd actually feel more comfortable shooting buys just due to the fact that we actually have some room for price to come take out this liquidity, versus sells we don't really have room, versus as soon as we would enter, we could just be treated as liquidity for price to go higher and take an unnecessary loss, right? So I don't think I'm going to go for sells today. If price sells, okay, that's fine. I can sit on my hands. Again, I've had a great week trading one Forex, and I know it's mainly about the account flip right now, but even with the account flip, we won beginning of the week, took 2 losses after that, which is kind of rare for us, but again, it happens. Came off a 1.5 week, 2 week win streak. I told a couple of my students this too, and it sounds fucked, but like I almost expected to lose this week. I can't really say that like in the sense of like doubting myself, but I just know when I start running up a win streak, a loss is bound to happen. I mean, yes, I could run up a win streak for a while. I mean, there's nothing that says it has to end, but it's trading. It's trading at the end of the day. There's going to be a loss. So these are actually looking decently well. But again, as soon as we took these highs, I would probably move to break even just because we're not at that 101 yet. And I would want to be at that 101 if I were to take out. But in this case, let's say price did come to this point and we broke break even, I wouldn't hold longer. Unlike if sells were to take place and if sells look better, yes, we could hold longer on sells just due to the higher time frame. The higher time frame isn't really in support of us doing that, other than the fact that it is overall bullish, and yes, price could continue moving in its original direction, but ultimately I'm not going to bet on that because we're sitting at all-time highs basically, and I don't like that. I don't personally. But again, I'm in GJ right now too. Honestly, GJ's looking solid. Like I got in here, price sold off, ran up here. I wasn't at now I'm at break even. After price came up, took these highs, I'm at break even now, understanding that price could end up pulling back into here, taking me out. But at this point, being that we are going into Friday and the markets are going to close tomorrow, at this point, I'm either at break even or TP. I'm gonna let it run throughout the night and see if we can get that push during London. My fear is just price having that top wick into here, taking me out and then running lower. And if that's the case, okay, once again, that's just data going forward that, again, I could be a little bit more comfortable on certain trades holding that stop. But again, some data could show me that it's not worth it, right? I could end up getting taken out at break even and it runs higher. And again, I just avoided a loss. And that's ultimately the point. I already made over 2% on this Euro USD trade. You know, I don't really need to, at this point, zero risk, all reward. Can't be mad at that. And again, we'll see what price happens. The reason I'm at break even too is we could just continue to react off this area. We are kind of bullish internally. We did create like this bullish leg. And that's where, again, the idea of making sure I'm at break even to avoid risk at that point. And again, we'll see what happens. So I have no problem if price loses. It does nothing to me, but see what happens. Again, I'm watching UK 100 strictly. Probably should actually like be ready, huh? We're not in, buddy. Boom, boom. You don't understand. I wish I could listen to music so bad. I want to listen to fucking music. Price getting a bearish reaction. I mean, price could end up selling. I'm fine sitting on my hands, truly. When it comes to here, I mean, you could take sells off of this area. Personally, I wouldn't though. I just, I'm not saying price can't sell. I should be ready, huh? Oh my God. Not in yet, guys. But I like this reaction. Let's see what we can get here. Let's see what we can get. Chat. What did DAX do? Somewhat of a bullish reaction. Not in. That top looks pretty gnarly, man. Top looks kind of gnarly. Not in, by the way. I haven't been tapped in. DAX is looking decent. I'm not in. I mean, we could just take these highs and flip, and if that's the case, again, it's fine. Hopefully you guys didn't enter too early. If you did, I think price still could end up running bullish. Again, obviously, if we continue to push bullish here, we most likely will, at least into these highs, hopefully. We'll see, though. We'll see. Still not in. Like, I mean, again, if price just absolutely makes the most meanest top wick here and flips, see, guys, like I'd contemplate sells, but even then we're playing a risky game with price coming in, taking this liquidity and then running higher, right? We're still playing that risk, and it's a big risk where it's just not necessarily worth it, especially on a Thursday and a Friday. You guys should know. Do a Twitch live. That's crazy. You guys should know by now. What's I gonna say? Forgot. Oh, what does he? That okay? I remember. It's Thursday. It's Thursday into Friday again. Usually we see the worst price action on this day. Also with Sunday into Monday. So there's no point of really jumping on anything. Not in. Thankfully, I'm not in. Oh, crazy topic, man. We could end up selling here. To those lows, but again, we're still 3 minutes into open. So, how's your day? Run me through my day. Wake up, work out. I usually do cardio in the morning. Depending if I have a mentorship meeting, I'll hop in with the students. Sometimes it's in the morning, sometimes the afternoon, and then fuck you, Cartoon. Why'd you say who? What do you mean who? Yeah, I'll do cardio in the morning for like 30 minutes to an hour. Who asked? Fuck boy. I knew you were gonna say that shit. You fucking ass. You're gonna be like, there wasn't a question mark. You're a troll, man. I don't like how price is reacting, guys. It's pretty shit. Again, I can't say that. I mean, we're only 5 minutes, or not even 5 minutes into the open. But we literally just missed our limit. Price is fucking around, guys. This is what I mean by Friday, but again, we still could see that push. We have a decently, not even decently, pretty good bullish open. Again, let's just hope that price ends up taking that direction, running up into these highs, taking buy side or sell side, sorry. And then from there, I could expect price to then possibly run down into buy side. We'll probably get tapped in here soon. Still not in. It's really inching. But no, I am in. It did take me in. Just right now, guys. I guess I'm in. So we're shooting, I guess. Let's shoot. Let's see. The price is bound to tap me in either way. I'm in. Imagine we just take this high and no. That'd be fucked. Again, like when I see price open like this, I can expect price to hopefully push for at least the 101 or just into a major area of liquidity, right? That's what we can expect. But my one thing is always, especially when we're sitting pretty far away from our area where we usually enter, we tend to see price possibly enter into drawdown for a little bit, possibly fill this gap to then run higher. And that's totally fine if that's the case. Like, we've sat in drawdown before for 45 minutes and prices ran our way. And again, that just happens when we deal with these big gap candles off the opening. But again, I'm chilling, I'm waiting. Actually, I don't want to wait. I want price to run because I got the jacuzzi on. I'm trying to go in there. I totally forgot about that, but totally forgot about that. Again, if we take a loss here, it's fine, guys. I mean, I'll walk away, come back next week and win. Really that simple. Trading is that simple. But yesterday, it truly should have been a 1. I can't say that because it wasn't, but I mean, guys, if you did take these sells and you weren't watching, they did end up playing out. Actually, a bunch of people did end up making money off of this. I don't know if you guys saw my story if you follow me, but one of my viewers did end up sticking with the original buy, stuck around a little bit after stream, actually re-entered, and ended up making like $1,400, which is pretty nice to see. Again, with price sitting in between this range, we are playing a little bit more risky. Definitely a riskier trade than what we're usually used to, but it's still our system. Again, we're still have an area to target. We still have a bias, and we entered at a really good area, so we're at least a decent area. Could have had a better break, but again, that's trading. We could just get fucked over, and it goes to show, okay, maybe next time coming into, especially a Thursday or Friday, let's say if we did lose, again, guys, I like to go into data. Maybe we don't trade, we're in the middle of the range, right? But again, price is bound to break a certain direction, and if we can see that break and hold that, at least hopefully price holds its direction. But again, Thursday and Friday is known for being a little fake out day, so. But even DAX was pretty bullish. I think price is just going to come fill this gap run higher. Same thing at UK 100. We just got a big gap to fill. So I do think we're going to run for a little bit down, it's a drawdown, and then we should shoot realistically. Unless price needs more liquidity, but I truly doubt that. So don't be frantic. Don't be scared. It's part of the process. But again, like, you guys shouldn't be tripping. If you guys trip out when you lose, you're probably risking too much. Genuinely. The only other times you should trip out is if you're flipping an account too, I guess. Because again, it's high risk, high reward. And that's what I told you guys. Like, this is our biggest fear when it comes into doing an account flip, is stumbling on that week where we take 2-3 losses, and then that's what really hurts you on the account flips. I mean, you can't control that. Either way, we would have taken those losses, even if it was on our live account or your funded account. But ultimately, those losses would have been way less of an effect than it was on the account flip, because again, you should have appropriate risk when you're trading your actual account, no matter what, unless you're it's a fuck around account. But or like, again, you're looking for an account flip, right? Because again, realistically, on a live account, I could lose 10 trades in a row, come back, and still be fucking solid for the month. I really could be. But on an account flip, I could lose 5 trades and account's gone, and that's why most people stay away from account flips. I purely do it just for the content, because why not? It's fun. It's fun. It's not fun to lose, but maybe this may be a sign for us, because literally, if you guys go back to the VOD or like the old streams, last time we did an account flip, we got fucked over. Actually, we didn't get really fucked over. I can't say that, but if we get fucked over this account flip, again, it could just be a sign to maybe we'll do like a funded account challenge, like me passing one or something. That'd be cool. Then it's a little bit easier, not necessarily easier, but I'd actually come with it with decent risk and not fucking balls to the wall. All right, price came into our gap, and at this point, I'm expecting price to flip, but it doesn't have to. And again, if we lose, we lose. I am going to go sit in my jacuzzi, and I am going to enjoy my night no matter what. You guys should do the same. You guys should not let losses affect you, even if it's a win. I mean, if it's a win, even better. But you guys still can't be mad. You guys are alive and trading. What is there to be mad about? And we make money. Why make money? But if I'm making money, you're following me, you should be making money. Except for this week. This week sucks dick. Unless you're in my Discord. If you're in my Discord, you should be running it up right now on that as far as this week. Again, we haven't taken a trade within fucking over 4 weeks on Forex, but we've been able to absolutely secure some beauties this week. Hopefully secure this beauty. Again, I want to see price run down. We're at break even. If you weren't here when I was breaking it down earlier, I'm at break even here now. Originally, price did sell off pretty nice. Kind of looked like it had a liquidity sweep and kind of made a new bullish internal leg. And at that point, guys, it's better to play it safe at break even. Price doesn't necessarily have to play out. So, oh, we're looking fucked. did 1 to 5 in US 30. Whoa, Jocko. Yeah, honestly, we could have waited for this break here. I can't lie to you. Can't lie to you. But price entered me in right here. But we'll see. If that's the case, you know, again, I don't want to say it's my error. I got entered in. At that point, we could have been like, okay, price didn't break its ultimate high. That's our fault, right? We should have been a little bit more aware. I shouldn't have had a limit set because it entered me in too early. But I still have open price. Again, we have open pretty bullish. We should just be filling this gap to run higher. But this next candle is really going to say a lot. Ultimately, it could be the candle that ends our night, but it could be the candle that runs it back up and then continues to bless our night. DAX is looking very bearish if you want to sell into Asia lows, but nothing's promised. We'll see though. Again, we really could have had a better break. Jocko is right. My bias still stands though, as far as price one opening pretty bullish. Hopefully continues its direction. We're filling gaps now. We're seeing decent bullish reaction now, which is very nice to see, and hopefully we can continue to hold that. Obviously, if we top wick here and we end up bearish, we're probably gonna end up losing. But if we close bullish here, obviously it goes to show that price looks like it did just come fill that gap and it's looking to run higher. And we can hopefully see more bull stuff in the market, and we can run up price that area of liquidity and just kind of hop out. But again, even if you didn't enter yet, because entry really should have been at this high, you can enter once price breaks still. And again, that would just be even more confirmation to you that price already opened bullish, came back in, filled a gap, and is now continuing to break highs even more. That's really nice to see, you know? So again, you can always feel free to enter if you still haven't yet. Still valid, actually. Even more valid, I'd say, if price does end up breaking these highs. So we'll see. Now we just have to hope this candle holds for 4 minutes. But if it top wicks, again, don't get your hopes up too fast. Price can do what it wants. It may have a different objective for the day. Its objective could be to range and fuck with Nick's emotions and the entire chat's emotions. It could be shit. It looked like the market makers were watching us last night. I sound like Alex G right now, but we missed out on a 1 to 6 last night. Market makers took us out, ran price right back down. So what did you take on DAX? Did you take buys or sells? Well, sells are running. Sells are running. But again, we're coming into this low. If you were to be in these sells, you might want to be at break even at this low. I'm not saying price can't continue to sell, but at that point, price could really show a pretty strong reaction. Yeah, it could just come back into here and continue to sell further. Quite possibly could. Again, sells may have been the call for the day as far as DAX. Again, they can definitely do totally opposite things. We've seen it many, many times before. It's a Thursday. Fucking anything could happen. I mean, it's a Friday. Anything could happen. But again, we'll see. So we seemingly are having totally different reactions. We've now broken the high, kind of overall confirming entry. I like that. I like that price is to continue to push bullish after reacting and filling this gap. Again, price should run here. Price should now run here, unless we're just taking this high and treating it as liquidity to come back down. Quite literally, it could be a possibility, right? As far as DAX, guys, I'm not in this trade, but price, again, we're seeing a bullish reaction. We could come fill this gap to run lower. And if that happens, again, it would actually just be better for you. Why? Because again, once price did fill that gap, you know, once price did sell back off, you could comfortably move to break even and really have no fear that price should come back into any area up here, because there should be no gaps at that point, right? And again, price can do whatever it wants still, but you can kind of infer that price should not come back up, and you can comfortably, at least a little bit more confidently, stick at break even. But again, price could just be treating this as liquidity sweep to run higher. I do think price, that now that we've seen that bearish reaction in the way it looked, we are going to continue into those lows just to take that liquidity. I really do think that's going to be the case. UK 100's fucking around. I don't like that. But again, I'm willing to shoot. I don't care. We're already in. Again, if you guys want to take out, by all means take out. But the way price reacted, it would be stupid of me to take out. Even if price did lose, even if price did end up losing, the way price is reacting, price is definitely still looking good for buys. And you guys would probably feel stupid if you got out right now due to fear and price didn't end up winning. That would suck, right? I think price still looks beautiful on UK 100, other than the fact that DAX seems to be going the other direction, but they don't necessarily always do the same thing. You see a lot of the opposite, especially recently. Right, but price is seeming to stutter after we take it after we've taken this liquidity. But again, price is going to move throughout the entirety of London. It's either going to go up or down. That's simple. That's simple. That's why I look at buys as well. Yeah. Hit 1 of 5 on gold buys. Fire. Smash gold buys. Dude, did everyone take gold buys? Like, what's up with gold buys, man? Is gold that good? How the fuck y'all catch gold buys? What do you mean caught gold buys? Gold just sold off. You tell me, did you catch this like little move here? I'm confused as fuck, right? Maybe you're trading 30 second. Could be. Possibility. Hopefully it's not that long of a trade. Guys, I don't want to really want it to be in and out. In and out. Alright, see what price does on DAX though. I do think price is bound to just fill this gap and run lower. I really do. So again, even if you didn't enter here and you want to enter now, once price ends up, I'd wait for price to fill that gap. Oh my god. I'd wait for price to fill that gap. And then if price did end up like reacting decently off of it, you could enter. But again, you're still taking a risk there. Because it's still technically the entry. And price could just be run higher. But again, follow your pan, stick with your system. That's why I say come in here with the plan, guys. Like, you guys should be coming here with the plan every single time. You guys see everyone else in here talking about I took this, I took that. Again, they're trading their own plan, they're trading their own system. They're in here for a second set of eyes. And if we have the same opinion, same bias, guys, we're going to shoot. But even shoot, he had a different bias, he had a different opinion on DAX. I mean, he was willing to buy here. And again, price did end up buying up. But again, take your own trades. Again, learn from it. If you lose, ask me about it. Ask me what I think on it. Or take my analysis from my trades. If you're in this buy with me, great. You guys know my analysis. What's yours? Tell me yours. I'm always open to hearing it. Right? Do you think price is going to continue to go up? Or do you think we're sitting at an area where price could come down? Again, we don't know. I do think price, especially with this reaction, should run into this area of liquidity. If the issue... Oh my god. The way I sounded right now was just stupid. It should, right? It was an Asia session move. Ah, okay. Let's hope we see that volume pump. And again, once we take here, I'm at break even. And we're just at that point waiting for stop or TPs to be ran at 101. And I'm going to go in my jacuzzi. Sip a little drink. Chill. Listen to music. All right, price again. Let's just hope price just runs. But I actually wouldn't be opposed to seeing price make that down wick, push down a little bit, fill that gap before it pushes up. Why? Because that's ultimately going to tell us price is moving in a bullish manner. Price action is overall bullish, at least now. We're respecting these areas. We're continuing higher, and when it comes to moving to break even, I at least know that price now has no gaps within this area to where break even is a little bit safer and price shouldn't pull that far down and should just run our TPs at that point. Right? And guys, don't trip out, don't trip out. Calm. I know some of you guys are geeking right now. Fine, we're fine. Price is already looking good. We should just be filling in this gap. We should bottom whip and flip. And if we are, you guys have to spam W. If that's what happens, spam W's in chat. If price totally invalidates this shit and runs through, by all means spam L if you want to. but I do think price should just be filling in this gap. We should see that bottom wick again. We're only within the first 2 minutes of this candle. Still have 3 full minutes. We could end up pushing down a little bit further, but I do think price is bound to just bottom wick and run. I really do. And if we do that, if I don't see W's in chat, I'm not going live for the next month. I'm gonna run up a bag, $15,000 withdrawal. I'm gonna post a video, and then I'm gonna start going live again. And y'all gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry for not spamming W." Nah, nah, nah. I already see it now. I'm just ranting at this point, guys. I'm bored. I'm trying to go in the jacuzzi, guys. This shit's taking forever. Stacking, that's fine. I even told you guys, truly after seeing price react that way where we came down, just filled that gap and then push higher to break new highs or make new highs, that looked beautiful. It truly did. It look beautiful. And I can honestly count on price continuing to run higher unless it feels like it's facilitated its pullback within this bearish leg. But ultimately, price is going to look for liquidity, at least before it comes back down, at least in my eyes. But this could be enough liquidity here. That could be enough liquidity to fuel price back down. That could be a very big possibility. This is where I'd really like to see this candle hold here and make a top wick, because it would tell me that, okay, price is still looking to push into higher areas, and most likely Asia highs, right? We get a total inverse and we just start dumping. Again, just like yesterday, doesn't mean price necessarily is going to lose. We could just be having a deeper pullback. It's Friday. We've seen this before. Price is super choppy, not really doing what it usually does. And that's, again, respecting these areas, continue just make these bottom wicks to continue to move price higher, right? Again, we could see price end up stuttering for a bit, which would suck. At that point, I'm going to be like, guys, I'm out of here. It's either TPs or stops, and I'll watch it from the fucking outside. Seriously. $12:15. What do you mean? 12:15 a.m. exit? What? 2:15 a.m. Oh, I forgot you guys are at a different time. It's like 12. It's 12:23 for me. All right, we have 1 minute left. We really just want to see price create this bottom wick and hold. That'd be beautiful to see. I mean, it doesn't have to. Price could just print an entirely bearish candle, and that could be what is filling in that price, and then we could still see price reacting, and we should. Price is looking bullish. I expect price to continue to run. Makes sense. Again, doesn't have to. But actually with this, like, let's say price did end up top wicking and we broke these highs, I could actually possibly think about moving a break even a lot faster, like once price gets up into this area. Just because, again, price really should not have no reason to pull back down unless this is the case. But we'll see. We still have 15 seconds. Again, we could still end pretty bullish and price could still make that flip. Biggest thing was just filling that gap in and then seeing new highs made would ultimately, again, tell us a lot. It would give us a lot of confidence in price continuing to run in its bullish direction. Well, we're about to, okay. Price is making that bottom before it pushes. All right, so we've come into this area. We've respected this like crazy. I mean, we've come in, filled this gap, made amazing top wicks. Again, price looks pretty good for sells. That doesn't mean sells are going to take place, but that's pretty fucking strong for sells, I'd say, at least into these lows, where we have a bunch of liquidity sitting here. Guys, see, I told you don't get your hopes up on UK. It's not a winner until it's a winner. Until we run TPs, till we're out. Other than that, we don't celebrate. IMN, KMCCO. Why? IMN. I'm looking for price to manipulate Asia highs here. I truly would have liked to see price prior sweep these lows. We didn't get that, unfortunately. Kind of played within the middle of the range, which is not necessarily an A+ type of setup, but we still had a really good setup. Still our system, still our plan. We followed it to the T. We shot. We're in, and we're gonna hold. And we're gonna see what happens. We either can get to, again, probably once we break these highs. As soon as we break these highs, I'd probably feel comfortable going to break even. I really would. And then from there, we're just kind of running it up into 101s. I know I said price at this point of Asia highs would be our break-even point. And again, by all means, continue with that. But again, the reason for my change is because at this point, if price were to continue bullish here, there really would be no gaps close to this break-even point. The closest gap would be probably within this area if price gapped, right? That's if price did make a gap when it does come back up. So we'll see if that happens. And when it does, I'll go to break even. We'll kind of run from there. Maybe I'll just like, yo, stream out of here. I was like, I'm going to come on stream, catch a 15-second trade, be out of here, hit the jacuzzi, have a great weekend. Still in GJ, right as of right now. I don't know how much longer I'll be in GJ. Because again, I do think price could be subject to running into that area of imbalance, filling that, and then selling back off. But again, ultimately, we'll see. There's gonna be some. Oh my God, I was about to start rapping, guys. You guys weren't ready for that shit. I know it. I was about to start spitting bars. I'm talking about gold, but yeah, different times and 5 cons you can do. You're in 5 cons deep. Fire. Definitely over 1500, but I entered 3 cons. Oh yeah. I'd move TP down after. Oh, okay, you guys are just chatting away, guys. Price needs to make highs here. Make highs. Let us get to break even, and just let price run. Let price run. That's the goal. Oh yeah, I got you. Oh, that sucks. In this case, DAX is pushing higher, UK 100 is not. Fuck that. What are we doing here, chat? But again, this is Friday for you guys. Beautiful entry. I can't complain about it other than the fact that we did not take these previous lows. But there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. I still think we took a decent amount of liquidity from this area here. But ultimately, we could have had a better liquidity sweep. And again, that's ultimately, it's just going to be data going forward. Price ultimately is, I mean, it's not over till it's over. Again, stop shot this low for a reason. We're still playing within this leg. And price, again, looking at yesterday, price played within this leg still. Again, even though we continue to run up, still stayed within this leg. And again, we could see that today. Again, it may not. And if it doesn't, that's just more data. I'm whispering that into your ear. Just more data. Well, 30. Our higher time frame's looking. Oh, I don't like that higher time frame. And the reason I don't is that's actually ugly. Whoa, I did not see that. That's disgusting. Wow, 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 wow. Guys, I don't like that at all. Wow. I should have been paying a little bit of attention to this hourly area. I mean, yes, I'm expecting. Look. It's on DAX. It was DAX. Yeah. Guys, we may end up running L's here. I can't lie to you. After seeing this, I don't like that. I don't. We're gonna run L's here. I'm telling you right now. I'm putting that out there right now. This area fucked me. I did not pay attention to this. I should have been at break even at that point. Even though it would have been too really, really fast break even. You guys can get out now. I'm gonna hold. I'm fine. Again, price is gonna end up losing, but I'm telling you right now, guys, I'm calling it. Sorry to call L like that, but I wasn't looking at the hourly. I wasn't. Again, price came into a beautiful area, filled this gap, and it looks like we're just now looking to flip and run lower to possibly again fill this imbalance that we were talking about earlier. And that could be the case, and I think that is going to be the case now. Again, I told you this could have been enough liquidity here just to run price lower, and looks like that was the case again, we did have really good structure within here to take those buys, and again, still got entry, still had to execute based off of our system. But again, at this point, we should have been at break even, and again, should have been out. Can't be mad at that. Really can't. But I'm telling you guys now, probably we lost. We lost. It's over. If we somehow win by fucking magic, crazy. I just don't expect it anymore. I don't. Sorry. I may even cut losses short. I mean, crazy bottom whip, but honestly, not feeling it, guys. Not feeling it whatsoever. That hourly flip and the way price is looking on the higher time frames just looks ridiculous, man. I pulled, guys. I'm out. I cut stops in halves. I'm fine with that. I really am. Again, we risked 80. I'm out, guys. You guys can hold by all means. I usually don't make these types of decisions, but realistically, we should have been out at break even on this trade. We should. If price flips and wins and I have to take that to the chest, I'm fine with that. But ultimately, I think price could really end up flipping here. We're sitting at all-time highs. We have a very nice reaction of this hourly. I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that. And I could be making a wrong decision. Price could flip and run here. I would beat the fuck out of my homie over here if that was the case. But I'm fine. I'm out. I'm out. It's respecting too good. It's respecting way too good, guys. Ultimately, I'll genuinely take accountability for this loss if we did lose today, because I was not paying attention to 1 hour. Truly, truly, truly. And again, you guys, that's why you guys should have good, proper risk management. And if you're able to take out now, great. You cut your loss in half, which is a significant amount. Price could run higher if, again, you're still in, by all means, hold. Price could end up running those highs, but now that we're seeing that reaction on the hourly, and because and we haven't swept Asia lows, if this would have swept Asia lows, maybe I would have been a little bit more comfortable after seeing that type of reaction. But this reaction is just fucking ridiculous, man. Especially seeing this previous hourly candle. No. Now you owe me Chipotle. I got you, bro. Don't worry. Again, guys, kind of tough week. Good week for Forex, which is surprising. What you trading, G? I am trading UK 100 and DAX. I'm doing an account flip right now. So we're kind of doing high risk, high reward type of deal. When it comes to the setups, same setups I would take live. When it comes to management, account management, or like trade management, and how much how long I hold on certain trades, it's a little bit different just due to the fact that it is an account flip. But we did take these buys right now. Beautiful buys, beautiful entry. The one thing I didn't like is we were sitting within the middle of Asia range, not really manipulating either buy side or sell side, which in most cases we do like having that confluence. And going forward, this could be data that if we come into the markets in the middle of Asia session range, we don't trade. We don't trade. Because again, we need that. I'm not saying we do, but in most cases we might. And again, we didn't see that, but buys still look good. We still got entry. We're breakout traders. And again, I'm not just taking any break. I have a bias behind it. I know price, in theory, if it broke this area, should come up and take this high. Again, we have pretty good liquidity up here, but when we look at the higher time frames, we have to keep in mind we're at all-time highs, or at least very near to them, where we can't really expect. We could see price run higher, but we also could see price start to facilitate a pullback. Right? We definitely could see that. And again, just the way this reacted on the hourly, my fault for not catching it in time or seeing it beforehand. We should have been at break even. Should have been at break even at this point. And again, ultimately going forward, this is just going to be data going into next week that, again, I should have been paying a little bit more attention to the hourly. Therefore, we would have been at break even. That's what did I tell you guys? Hopefully you guys did take out. Minimize it in half. Again, the least I could do is help you guys manage your trade a little bit better, even though I did miss out on a potential negative or opposite confluence that really would have had us at break even, and that would have been ultimately way better. But you can't be mad. No, man, we took out at half risk. I just kind of broke it down. So again, if you guys did hold, I told you guys I don't make these. Dude, made different. Don't remind me. Indices we are. Forex, I'm chilling. Forex, I backed out this week. But indices, different story. Thankfully, been mostly on the scalping or mostly on the flipping account. But we just came off a 2-week win streak, 1.5 week win streak. So, and 2 of these losses this week have been half losses. We've cut 2 trades in half, which I can't be mad at. I can't be mad at that because ultimately, if I can minimize my losses when I do take losses, that's fine. We don't tend to take losses, but in this case where we have price not giving us the best ideal setup on a Friday, you kind of have to expect this. I told you guys I was going to be a little less risk on the day just due to the fact that it was Friday and just a little bit more hesitant when it comes to entering price. And again, now I need to make sure that I'm looking at this hourly just to kind of see that price is filling these pretty hefty areas of imbalance and reacting like that. Again, especially speaking and being that we're at all-time highs and being that we did not take this previous liquidity, price definitely could take this reaction pretty seriously and move price down to take lows, and then ultimately start facilitating a higher time frame pullback. But honestly, guys, I can't be mad at this week. Forex is good. If you're not on my Discord, get in my Discord because I'm calling pretty good Forex trades right now, and I say that because I haven't taken a Forex trade in 4 weeks. But again, indices slow this week. Thankfully, like I said, we're able to minimize 2 losses on the week. Again, can't be mad at that. Hopefully you guys were here every single day. Even though we took a loss, we did take a win Monday. So we are sitting down technically on the week, -2%. On the month, I think we're still up by like 2-3%. So can't be mad at that. And again, we still have 2 full weeks. Technically 3. Yeah, we still have 3 full weeks of July. 3 full weeks of July. Again, I tell you guys all the time, and I'm not just telling you guys this now. I tell you guys this even when I'm fucking running it up. One, forgot my train of thought. Damn. Lost it. But guys, honestly, W stream, great week. I can't be mad. Really, again, I'm still gonna go enjoy my night. You guys should too. Why? Because at the end of the day, dwelling on losses, dwelling on one bad week, even though it wasn't really that bad of a week. Again, I've had worse weeks, and I've come back from worse weeks. There's no coming back. I mean, what I mean by there's no coming back, guys, we don't have to come back. Next week, we could lose all of next week and still be at break even for the month. On the account flip, on the other hand, that shit may be fucked. Sorry to cuss. That shit may be fucked if we continue this losing streak. I doubt that. How much I lose? I only lost like 30-40 bucks on this trade. Guys, I was able to mend my stop in half. Beautiful. I can't complain. But again, like with the account flip, guys, it's totally different trading. And again, I'm fine losing $500. It's only $500 at the end of the day. But again, I'm still going to run it off of my accounts, even if we get to come back. But I mean, that's not going to be the plan. I want to run this account flip up. We'll see. Made different. That's because I'm trading a broker account right now. I mean, not a broker account. I'm doing an account flip. So we're starting at 500 and we're looking to just run it up. So that's why. I forgot to put in my title today. Typically, depending if I'm trading a funded or not, it'd be like 500 to 1,000. Yeah. So again, price is still running down. We definitely saw that bearish reaction a little bit too late. It's fine, guys. I'll be back next week. Let's run it up. I hope I see all of you guys. Again, be here all next week because you don't know when we're running back up with that win streak. You guys don't know. If you guys miss the first 2 days of the week and I catch 2 1-3s, I can sit on my hands the rest of the week and do jack shit and be so fine. That's the reality of things. That's why you have to be consistent. Even when people are losing, you have to be consistent. Again, I tell people all the time, people join after I'm on a win streak. Losses are bound to happen. Then we take those losses, get them out of the way. We come back. We continue to follow our system. Our win rate stays strong, and we start winning next week. Simple as that, guys. It's trading. It's not hard. I mean, it is a little bit at the beginning, but when you really simplify things to something this easy, it's that easy. So your max loss limit is 500. Technically. Yeah, technically made. So we're just kind of fucking around on it right now. Ultimately, account flips suck. I can say that firsthand. Account flips suck. Yes, they can be fun and exciting, but the biggest thing with account flips is if you do end up taking those losses off the bat, you're screwed. You can't take 3 to 5 losses in a row, where on my account I could take 8 losses, 10 losses and still be totally fine. That's not going to be the case. But you hear my example, you hear what I'm saying. But again, price did end up taking lows. Thankfully we did move out and early. Again, if you guys did take the full loss, that sucks. You should have listened to me. I know it was the last second call, but you still had time to get out, even in a better spot than me. And again, I know you guys are probably don't like listening to me right now after I called this trade, but again, I told you guys, shit happens. It's just a $500 account, nothing bad. So again, if we lose $500, I have no problem with that. It's an account flip. I'm just gonna come back and run it up with you guys on live. Again, we've been doing that for the past 2-3 months, and we've been profitable every single month. Been killing it. We'll be here next week. Luca, have a good one. Have a good one too. I'm Luca's big bro. That's what I go by now. But again, love you guys. Peace. You guys are all amazing. I thank you guys every single day for joining. I truly, truly appreciate you guys. Like, genuinely. Because again, I'm just here to spit knowledge. Truly, I know a lot. I'm in a position where I can now teach people and help. And if I can do that for free, perfect. If you guys can catch trades with me, perfect. I'm only here for my own trading. Truly. You guys should be the same thing. And again, let's run it up. Let's continue to run it up. I'm used to winning. I don't like this shit. I forgot that. I forgot I'm a fucking winner. Damn. Made a mad face. Don't clip that and send it to Luca. But he already knows I'm a winner. But again, I'm just kidding. I'm actually not. But again, we'll come back next week. Let's kill it, guys. I'm serious. Thank you guys all. I'll see you guys next week. Also, get in my Discord because I am calling Forex trades usually, depending on what I'm seeing. But again, we've been running it up there too. Both markets. Can't complain. But you guys are amazing. Thank you guys. I'm out of here. Clipped. Fuck you, Edgar.